Have you ever said something and instantly wished that you could take it back? I know I have, especially during the last years of my marriage. Today I'm sharing 3 powerful questions that have completely transformed my way of communicating. Questions I wish I'd known back then, but now I learned, and I use these questions every day, and it helps me really to communicate better in all my relationships. I live with my husband for 14 years, and during the last 2-3 years there was a lot of tension between us, and I focused a lot on criticizing my husband for how he took care of himself, or rather, how he didn't take care of himself. Today I understand how wrong that was. I had no right picking on him. I should have just focused on myself and asked myself, how could I be better? When someone close to us criticizes us, what do we usually do? Well, we push back and become that little child and just do the opposite, right? It will never be the solution to criticize anyone. And for us midlife women, these questions are pure gold. You know how everyone turns to us at this stage of life? Our kids, our parents, our friends, they all come to us for guidance and support. They trust us with their hearts and with their worries and with their dreams. And these questions do not only help us to choose our words wisely, sometimes they show us something even more beautiful. That the best thing we can do is just be there and listen. Sometimes staying quiet and letting someone find their own answers is the greatest gift that we can give. It's not always about having the right words. It's about creating that safe space where others can trust their own wisdom. These 3 questions are also called the 3 gates. And the first question is, are you excited now? Before I say them, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to continue creating this kind of content for you. The first one, is it true? Now this might sound simple, but it goes deeper. It goes beyond just facts and figures. It's about questioning our assumptions and our well-meaning opinions. Is this actually true? Or is it just how I see things? Let me give you an example. If my daughter hasn't called me for 2 weeks, and now my mind starts to create stories about that, she's too busy for me now, she doesn't value our relationship, maybe it's something that I had said the last time we met, and on it goes. And now I am about to send her a text message about how this makes me feel. But wait a little. Is it true? Instead of sending a message to my daughter based upon my assumptions, what if I simply reach out with love? Like writing something, I'm thinking about you extra today, and I hope you are good. Do you see the difference? One comes from our stories and from fear, and the other comes from love and truth. This first question helps us to pause and to check. Am I responding to what's actually true, or to the story that I'm telling myself? Our minds are like story-making machines on overdrive. One small moment and suddenly we have created an emotional drama in our heads, all on autopilot. Are you ready for the second question? Is it kind? Now you might think, but sometimes the truth isn't kind. Or don't we need to be honest? Yes, honesty matters, but there's always a way to be honest and kind. Let me give you an example. Your friend is talking about starting a business at the age of 55. Instead of saying, "Isn't it a bit too late for that?" try to tell me more about your vision. What excites you the most about this? Here's another example. When your son is dating someone you're worried about, instead of saying, "I don't think she's the right for you," try asking what he loves about being with her. It's amazing how such a simple shift can change everything. Let's say that you see a younger coworker making mistakes you have made before. Instead of saying that's wrong, try to say, "I've been there. Do you want to hear what helped me?" Kind questions makes the whole difference here. And now it's time for the third one. Is it necessary? This one is a game changer, Queen. It has, for me, healed my relationship to my son and to my daughter. Just learning to be quiet. You see, even if something is true and kind, we still need to ask ourselves, does it really need to be said? I remember when my daughter moved in with her boyfriend, I had opinions about everything. How they organized their new home and how they spent their money, everything. And of course, I thought that I knew. I ran the home for decades. But was it necessary to share? Why couldn't I just trust they knew what they were doing? They had to make their own mistakes, right? Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is just to keep quiet and trust that others find their own way. Just because we have wisdom to share doesn't mean it needs to be shared right now. I could have waited for them to ask me. Think about it. How many times have your adult children, your friends, or even your partner just needed you to listen? Not to fix, not to give advice, just holding space. Let's bring it all together. 3 simple questions that can totally transform all your relationships. It has sure done for me. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? I know which one has been the most important one for me, to learn to be quiet. Is it necessary? Do I really need to say these things? And I'm curious to find out what will make the biggest difference for you. So I have a challenge for you, Queen. Pick one relationship in your life. Maybe with your adult children, maybe with your partner, maybe with yourself in the mirror. Before you speak, pause and let your words pass through these 3 gates. Ask these 3 questions to yourself. Do it for just 1 week. Try it. Give it a chance to see what happens. And you might be surprised what a huge difference this will make in your relationships as well. Start today and bring more peace into your relationships. And please let me know how it goes. Just drop a comment below or send me a message. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you for being here. I love you.